Guys, gals, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Liquid Hotshot and we're here on Europa Universalis IV for our extended timeline run as Ordovica. We've just come out of a war with Rome. They have a metric... Oh, they don't now. They're just disbanding them all whilst they were at war. But they did have 142,000 mercenaries. So I don't know how crippled they're going to be. But we did manage to grab Picardy, and also what is Vlanderen, which is Veroviacium, basically. This one is a natural harbour, so it gives extra trade power for us. So that's extra trade power in the English Channel trade node. Picardy is just a province in the English Channel trade node, so that gives us, again, more percent towards Munich. Influential power holder, tax, manpower, maintenance, development. Yeah, sure. And when these get caught up, which is not too long... There we go. We could probably... Let's have a look at the state of Flanders. So we own half of Picardy. Any of these are in... Which trade node? Let's have a look. Oh, so they're in the English Channel. Okay, so next war, probably these two or these two. Just to take an extra chunk out of the English Channel trade node. That's a mouthful to say. I guess you could probably tell. We'll do extra prestige. Sure thing. Let's refuse and get extra prestige. Conquered provinces from Rome. Power projection. Declared war on Rome. You know how it is. You know how it is. Slowly but surely, Rome's falling apart. Rome's falling apart. And Osirene won their war against Rome, grabbing, I think it was this province, one of these two provinces. So they're becoming quite a powerhouse, and they're friends with Parthia. So good for them. You know, they've managed to get themselves a powerful ally in Parthia, and Courtier's got a powerful ally in me, because it seems that just no one likes to build to force limit. No one builds to force limit, but certain people Rome like to build way beyond it. So there you go. 142,000 mercs. What were you thinking? So, this war is still raging in Europe. Okay, so Franconia is having Armenian separatists. Frankie is becoming quite big now. The problem I've got is when I'm taking little chunks out of Rome, I'm worried like someone like Frankie is just going to come in and take all of Alsace-Lorraine or all of Belgium. Do you know what I mean? And then it's like 3 blocks. And there's no one to compete for power. And when that happens, that's going to be a big thing. Let's have a look at tech. 7 years ahead, we could probably use some admin to dev up some of these Welsh provinces. The cheapest ones to do. 104, 104, 94, Wessex. Yeah, let's increase tax there by quite a lot. That's 105 now. But Wessex is going to be quite a nice tax province, I guess you could say. Get us some extra moolah. And how did that help us out? We're up to 40%. That's a lot of damage. But yeah, only 10% more to go before we can switch to being Welsh. I'm just looking at stuff like this, like Kush. They've done quite well for themselves to start off as a one province minor here in Egypt. They've done quite well. Yemen's doing quite well as Muscat and Osirene. Basically, with the extended timeline mod, it's kind of difficult, right? I mean, you look at a base EU4 game, and yes, like over several hundred years, maybe 2 or 3 or maybe 4 powers become so big that a war between them would probably fuck up either's country, right? Whether that's loss of manpower, revolts, that, you know, that sort of thing. But in extended timeline, because how I see it is the mod should be implemented where Rome is dependent on the time frame. Rome is far ahead in tech, and tribes like myself, where we started off, I shouldn't be able to build a force limit, conquer you, conquer you, conquer you, conquer you, conquer Rome, you know, conquer provinces from Rome, and then become basically one of the great powers of the ages. Like, I understand that, like, that's part of the game, but where I'm coming from is a war with Rome for me probably would have been, you know, devastating. So they should start off a couple military tech levels in front, a couple, you know, all tech in front, which gives them an edge and makes it less worthwhile for you to, you know, Rome's the peacekeeper, effectively. Like they were for quite a while in Pax Romania, where, you know, war with each other with Roman interference would end both of you, sort of thing. So, you know, it wasn't viable, but, you know, there's massive blocks creating now. I mean, there was so many European nations, and now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And as you can see, most of the nations are blocked. I mean, there's some like Galicia who can't really expand outwards, so that's why their provinces are like 30 development. Because they're not powerful enough to fight Rome or fight within coring distance. They develop their own country to keep in, you know, to keep up, really. So we're 3 years behind on Diplo, and we might be able to get that extra 20 colonial range. So we would only get to 80 there. And obviously we don't even know what a colonist is yet. We're max on Diplo, so we're going to have to spend it. Welsh, 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 Welsh. Welsh. There we go. Up to 41%, and now we don't have max Diplo power, which is good. We will ignore them, lose some more prestige. Rebel uprising. When? Picardy. Okay. We'll whack them in Calais then. Give them the general. See, the problem is I don't want to make it a state rather than, you know, upgrading the province from being a territory into a full-fledged state, because of the fact I don't own the full state. Now, that's just a thing I have to deal with, but because of that, I can't lower autonomy. So in recently conquered provinces, you have an issue where unrest is obviously quite high because you're transferring governance and increasing autonomy and stuff like that. So yeah, We're just about ready to deal with that. 6,000 men there. They're going to get battered by the professional army. Stack wipe. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Truce with Roman Saxony and people has just ended. Which is cool. Can we build any more ships? No, we're still well over the limit. But army-wise, we're almost able to make another 15k stack. Which is quite a big thing. I mean, I'm currently fielding a 60,000 large army, and I've got 60,000 men spare, which is quite insane in the time period. But I mean, it would make sense if I'd conquered all of this. You know, I'd have quite a lot of men to, you know, especially if you're developing the country, making everything better. You know, population would be sure to boom. But it just seems weird. We definitely need to do a bit of deving with military points as well when we get in front of that, so that our manpower pool can yet again increase. Getting 500 extra men a month, which is quite good at this stage in the game. I'm just trying to see, did you guys end your war? You did. Okay, so what changed hands? Nothing? Was it a white piece or what? Can act to reform, but we can't because we don't know what the caste system is, which is one of the institutions. So we have to go to the tech screen for that. We will get a bit of corruption, which we can deal with, and that appears in the year 300. So I guess where is it again? Where do I... Oh, government reform progress. Use some of my reform progress to increase governing capacity to, yeah, to around just after the year 300. And now we can, we've got 530 governing capacity, which is pretty nice, which will allow us at some point to core these provinces in Belgium, which isn't an issue. Actually, it's more of a strength if we end up coring them. Alliance from Syracuse, sure thing, buddy. We still got royal ties. They don't have an heir, so even though you can't integrate anyone or anything like that, you can't claim the throne because Germanic and Droidist faith doesn't allow that. It's still nice to see my dynasty chilling out. Which one is it? Is it that one? That's culture. No, is it? Yeah, here we go. So this is, oh, my culture's pink now. Okay, my dynasty's pink, which is pretty cool. It's like, oh yeah, what's the name of your country? Cotti. Ah, okay, replace the R with another I. They no longer consider me as a valid rival. Did you eclipse me? Did I eclipse you? Hello? Wait, what? Who just did a thing? Someone just decided that we weren't enemies. Oh, Frankie. It must have been Frankie, yeah. So, there is no way that they have more dev than me. There is no way. Okay. Well, fair enough. I mean, how much... Can I see how much PP they've got? No, I can't see their power projection. Okay, fair enough. Oh yeah, they've eclipsed me because they've got higher dev than me, but their army's fucking smaller. And I could probably slap them in a naval fight as well. Like, oh yeah, but yeah, they're much stronger than me because their economy's greater. Like what? Like my economy can hold this many men. Like, ugh. Don't understand. Don't understand. Maximum monarch power for military. Not a year ahead. October 276. But when we cross over, I think we should be okay. Yep, there we go. Horse armor, which gives us cavalry shock. Okay, how's everyone else doing for tech? Yeah, military tech 11. My allies are all there. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. So we're 17 years ahead of time. So now we can start to dev up the country using military points to work towards the Welsh culture, which will just allow us in due time to have a bigger manpower pool and be the best British Isles you could be, I guess. Would have been nice if in the last war we had with Rome, I got one of the provinces to allow them to have this 7 dev province, then join up with the rest of their mainland. But unfortunately, stuff like that doesn't work when I want what I want, and Rome's only willing to give so much. But at some point, we'll help Courtier get all of this land back and kind of block Francia in, one side from Rome and me, and then the other side from Courtier. Egypt's at war. Oricene. Let's see. Is Rome involved again? Boys, what have I told you about going to war with Rome? Okay, they're not at war with Rome. So it's Kush and Oricene against Egypt. Ah, so Kush is in its own individual war, but they're both against the same people. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Corruption's at 0.4. That's why we're not making as much moolah. We still haven't teched up to admin tech, but it doesn't give us anything. Okay. Because I'm just thinking, like, should I reduce inflation? We will do. We will do. Obviously, getting an influx of money from Rome always increases inflation for us because there's more money in the country, naturally. If you don't know what inflation is, type in German hyperinflation in the 1920s and 30s. You'll see what happens. Okay, so Syracusa wants me to help them against Anglia. It's a defensive war. Who's in the war, buddy? Oh yeah, Anglia's just like, yeah, sorry, I'm gonna decline that. I do apologize, dude, but I can't be having that. What's my Diplo rep? Yikes. Can I get a Diplo rep guy? Ooh. Yes, baby. Counterattack the badness by Painterman. It'll make me look good. Like, oh yeah, just hey, will you help me fight the whole of Northern Europe over my one province, please? Unfortunately, no. I mean, my alliance, you know, like, I understand they declare the war, but the allies, the AI should be bothered that I have 60,000 men. Like, they should be bothered, but they're not. Like, oh yeah, we'll fight him anyway. It's like, and I mean, if we did get involved in a war anyway, Calais would probably get sieged again, and a bit of unrest maybe in Calais, and then I'd just be fighting their navy. I mean, it's not an issue, but it's kind of like, do I really just want to use my navy all the time? Like, because I know there is no way in the time that these guys get from here, or even Francia, into my land here in northern France, that I have time with 6 transport fleets to get 60,000 men across. You know, it's not viable, but that's gonna have to be it for today's episode, guys. If you enjoyed, please do drop a like down below. Subscribe if you are new, and feel free to check out Twitch in the description. We've been growing tremendously over there and tremendously over here, so I want to thank you guys again for all the support, and I will talk to you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.